Hi, this is Stephanie with Simply Pilates. Happy New Year. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are in the year 2022. We're going to do a full body workout today. I've already gotten on my bike and I warmed up about 5 minutes just to kind of get my blood pumping. But we're going to come on, we're going to start doing some footwork. So what I've done is I've taken out this is normally in an upright position that's perpendicular to the floor. And what I've done is I've set it back so that it's at an angle. I have a little bit better angle on my foot and on the legs. We're going to start with footwork, coming back. Shoulders are in the little notches. Feet are going to be right next to each other to begin with. Pulling feet together, ankles together, knees together, activating the inner thighs. Back, I want you to find in a neutral spine. So neutral spine, we have that natural curve of the back. Abs are corseted in, nice and connected, pelvic floor is engaged. I'm going to press through those toes, pulling those knees together, lower back down. Oh, I didn't tell you, our measurements of what we have on. Mine was a little bit light, which reminded me. So I'm on a 3 and a 4 is what I have it to start with. You might even want to go a little bit higher by placing a 2 on. The 1 doesn't offer much, but if you want, you can add that also. So we pull in and we press through length. Up on those toes, so we're on high toes right now. Pressing in, trying to be very careful as you bring the carriage back. Try not to let it slam into that start position. Activating the waist, activating that neutral spine. Funneling in those abdominal muscles all the way down into the pelvis, knees together, ankles together, up on those toes, crown of the head's lengthening, chest is soft. Well done, we got 5 more. And 4, in through the nose, out through the mouth, 3, and 2, and we go for 1, good job. Pull it in. We're going to go into Pilates stance. Heels together, toes through external rotation. Knees come apart, still holding that neutral spine. And we zip up, deeper activation through inner thighs here. And we lower down, we press through, inner thighs zip towards one another. Really sealing the deal, closing that zipper. And we lift for 8, and 7, and 6. Knees apart on that lower, but try to hold that connection. We go for 4, inhale, and exhale 3, and 2, and we go for 1, staying lifted, staying on toes. We're going to lower heels down, press up. Heels may come a little bit apart on that lift because you're super extended up on high toes going into our calf raises. Drawing through heels, lifting up. Legs stay straight. You don't have to lock them out. You can leave a little micro bend in them. But thinking crown of the head is tall, lifting all the way through, up through the abdominals. As we go up onto toes, 6, and 5, 4, and 3. Inner thighs are still super activated. 2, stay up for 1 pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Go ahead and lower down. We're going to loosen. We're going to go onto pressed heels, staying in external rotation at those hips. And we press through the heels. So toes are flared up in a flexed foot. Only heels are in on that footboard. We lower down and we press up. Are you holding that neutral spine? If at any point you feel any pain in the back, in order to get a little bit more support, you would just pull that belly button down into that carriage. Flatten out the back, get yourself in a nice supported imprinted spine. Otherwise, we're going to stay in our neutral. Everything feels nice and connected. We go 6, and 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Good job. We're going to come down out of that. Legs come into a parallel position, hip distance apart. We're going to be up on toes, not a high point, but just soft on the toes. And we're going to go into a nice little tuck of the pelvis, lifting ourselves up here into our shoulder bridge. And we lower ourselves down. Carriage should not be moving right now. We're just going into a nice pelvic curl. Lifting up. Calves are activated while you press those toes. Inhale. Exhale, slow articulation going through imprint, lifting low spine, mid spine. And then we reverse that down, articulating slowly through. If you feel the carriage moving and you don't have enough weight on, add another resistance cord. It'll help keep the carriage stable. We've got one more. Inhale, exhale to lift. Good job. Staying in this lifted position, we're going to go into a tabletop with the right leg. Lower the hips and lift. 10, 9, 8, and 7, 6, and 5, 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Stay lifted. March the right foot down. March the left foot up to tabletop, and we go again for 10 and 9. Good job. Keep breathing there. You got this. We go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marching left foot down. Articulate through to release. Pull those knees in. Feel a quick release through the back of the hamstrings. Lengthen those legs out if you want a deeper stretch. Coming right back down onto the carriage. We go into the arch of the foot close to the heel. Pressing through this position, we're still hip distance apart. And we go into that pelvic curl lift. Lifting the hips. Excellent job. You're going to curl down again. And we go into a curl up. One more time. Down. And lift. Marching your right foot up to tabletop. Go into extension, holding the lift if you can. We go into circles for 5. Trying to manage those hips, keeping the pelvis stable. 2 more. 1, other direction. Remember, the smaller the circles, the easier to manage. External rotation of the leg is fine. We've got just 1 more. Wow, left hamstring's fired up. Lower right foot down. Go into that arch heel position. March up, extend, circling. 5 and 4. You got this. 3 and 2. 1. Reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Give yourself a little more lift. Lower all the way down. Whew. And pull those legs in. I'm going to extend my right leg for a stretch, keeping my left leg in. Feels so good. Lower that right knee down and extend through the left. Well done. Okay, I know I'm going to need to adjust the weight on this, the resistance. I'm going to a 2 and a 3, so I took my 4 off. Hands are going to go into our loops, or it may, let me grab the other part. This is what comes with it. So this would be the part you would need. No extension, just the D-ring on the hoop. I'm going to go into my tabletop legs here. So if you can find neutral, holding neutral. If it becomes a little bit too much of a challenge, too much of a load on your back, you're going to slide yourself into an imprinted spine. Otherwise, legs come into tabletop. Arms extend long overhead. We're going to take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to curl up, starting with that chin on. Staying here, we start our hundreds. Inhale. And exhale. Want a little more challenge, legs can go up. Exhale. Inhale, more of a challenge, legs can lower. You go inhale, or you can alternate. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale, or stay here in tabletop. Exhale. Inhale, try to get that tension out of the neck and head. Stay looking at those thighs. 3 more. Exhale. 2 more. We go inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We stop. We lift a little higher. We slowly lower ourselves down. Well done. We're going to go into the lift again. If you already feel too much strain in the neck, omit the upper body lift. Just go into the pull of the hands. Otherwise, we're going to lift up from this position. We're going to go into single leg stretch. Inhale and exhale. Straight leg, toe is pulling to the opposite side of the room. Someone's trying to pull you out of bed, lengthening through that hip. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Pull both knees in. Lift a little higher. And we will lower down. Good job. Next up, double leg stretching. Double leg stretch. Again, omit upper body. Otherwise, we're going full movement. We lift through chin nod. We're going to extend legs, long arms, go overhead or to the ceiling. I'm going right to the ceiling here. We go 6 and 5. Stay looking at those knees. 4. Otherwise, head is down. Still lots of work here through the abdominal wall core. We go 3 and 2 and 1. Lift a little higher. Lower down. Release the carriage. Well done. Good job. All right, we're going to come up. I'm going to play around with the resistance. Right now I'm going to leave myself on a 2-3, but I may want to tighten it up just a tiny bit. I'm going to take myself, not pressing up against the shoulder pad. We're going to try to be a little bit in front. Actually, I'm going to take my socks off so I have a little bit better grip. Even though these have the grippies, when I'm on my toes, there isn't as much. So I hate to think that my feet might slide. We don't want to have that mental distraction when we're working out. We want to stay focused on what we're trying to stay focused on. So I'm going to pull the belly in, pulling belly button all the way through spine up to the ceiling. Hands are grabbing onto foot bar. Already activated in the abdominals. I'm going to lower my hips down. From here, I'm going to press with the feet. I'm going to try to lift my knees up, straighten into plank. And I'm going to slowly lower down. That's the hard part. Remember to keep the tuck, a little bit of an extra tuck through the pelvis. We're going to go again. So we're going to lift up, lengthen the legs. Lower down, lift. You're not going to be coming all the way down. We're just going to bend the knees. So pulling that cage in through that lower abdominal. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lower down. Release. Press back, untuck those toes. Give yourself a nice little stretch. Come back up. Now we're going to stay in this quadruped position. From here, I'm going to take my left foot. I'm actually going to push it back now into that rest of the shoulder. I'm going to lift my right knee up off of the carriage altogether. From here, I'm going to slide out, try to lower the hips down, and go back into the flexion. Leg can either stay in a bent position or you can extend it right behind you. We extend long and lower, keeping those hips squared. Again, as long as that knee is lifted up off the carriage, you can stay in a bent position. Keeping that tension out of the shoulders. Length through that ear and the neck. 2 more. 1 more. Go ahead and lower the knee down. We transition to the other side. So pick up left knee, but we're not opening up the hip. Still keeping those hips square. We slide hips down. Go back into our flexion. Extend and flex. 5, 4, shoulders down, so scapular bones and back pockets, everyone. 2, and 1. And we come back in. And spin around, facing the other direction. This time I'm going to grab, I have 2 yoga blocks. I'm going to put the blocks right in between where my shoulders go and where the pad starts and stops. So in that space, my feet are going to go on the bar. Left foot goes on the bar, right foot stays in quadruped position. On the toes, not high toe, I just want to have my toes nice and comfortable, hips squared, shoulders squared, and I press again. Lower down, keep the hips squared. You may want a little bit more tension on this, your legs can take it. Extending long, feeling front line of the body and back line of the body both working. Keeping back, of course, in that neutral spine. Any pain in the back, you're going to tuck. If there's too much pressure on the wrist, you can lower your hands down directly on the pad. It will make it a little bit easier, a little bit less strain for you as you lengthen out. These back, keep going. We got 3 more. 2 more. And last one, we're going to go to the other leg. So lower down the left knee, right foot goes on. Check those hips. For rotation, keeping them squared, and here we go. We press out long. You don't need to lock out the knee, but you're really trying to straighten that leg as much as possible. Crown of the head's pulling long. Pressing either through the hands. If you're on the carriage itself, nice activation, pressing through those hands, keep the chest working. Otherwise, you're pressing on the block. We've got 3 more. Belly's in and up. 2 more. And last one. And we come back and we release. I'm going to add a little bit more weight because I'm going to add 1 more movement. So I'm going to go back into left foot being on the carriage. I'm going to extend long. From here I'm going to go into an elevator movement. So elevator means I'm lifting my knee, lower down, don't touch. 4, 3, pulling in from that belly button. 2, 1, yes, my arms are shaking. Lower down gently, release the carriage gently. Switch to the other side. This is the last thing we're doing in this position. My wrists are already getting a little tired. If you want to roll them, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, we're going to hop back up. So first we go up onto those toes. We extend long. We lift by pulling in that belly button. Elevator down for 5. Pull in. And 4. And 3. Yes, you can. 2. And 1. Lower down. Gently release. Woo. And you pull back. Okay, just being honest, that 4 definitely didn't need to be on without taking maybe the 2 off by the end. That was tough. So definitely for this one, I'm going to want to release that 4. Again, I'm just on my 2, 3. I'm going to pull myself in nice and close in our mermaid position. My left hand on carriage, right hand long, palm faces up. I go in for a nice stretch and I come back. Again, big reach, belly, and the core is completely activated. At no point is it releasing or pressing out. I'm feeling the length happening from my side. 2. And 1. I'm going to stay to the side. I'm going to rotate now, looking down towards my quads, face forward. Stay in that nice extension. 4. Shoulder out of the ear. Reaching long, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. And we go our last rotation here. Reaching long all the way up to the front. I'm going to go to the other side, so excuse my back. Mermaid position. Right hand is on. Left hand to the side in that T position. Trying to set up as tall as I can. This side, my right side is already active. And I go for my stretch. And back. Nice and slow return. No clunking or clanging. This is very delicate, gentle, smooth, and fluid. We go 4 and 3. Remember, big reach, 2. As I reach right, my left hip stays down as much as I can, and I go for my rotation. Stay in my reach. 8, 7, shoulder down. 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Go for that reach, stretch, and we return. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and stretch the legs. Good job. I'm going to take the foot back on the left side. Right foot goes forward. Ooh, nice stretch through inner thighs. Shoulders down, hips are squared. We're going to lift up all the way, step off of the carriage. We're going to lean back into that left side. Right toes come up, big stretch. Back is flat, still holding on to the foot bar. Lower the right toes down, tuck the pelvis, and slow roll up to stand. We go to the other side. Stepping back with the right. Left leg goes even with foot bar. I'm going to press back, picking up that knee, and sink in. You're just making sure that that knee is directly over the ankle. You don't want the knees to be far in front of the ankle. You want to push back into that carriage, really getting that stretch through the thigh. My left hand is rested on my left thigh, not my knee. We don't want to put extra pressure on that knee. Go ahead and release the cage. Once it's off, you're going to step back and lean into that hip. Left foot toes are lifted. Back is flat. I'm reaching long. Tailbone shifting one direction, crown of the head the other. Chin is in neutral spine, looking down at the floor. Hips are squared. Go ahead and lower the toes down, tuck that pelvis, pull that belly in. We come up to stand. I'm going to sit down for my last breaths. Well done. Grateful for the workout today. Grateful that our bodies are able to do that workout. On your exhale, I want you to rotate to one side. Stay nice and tall. Shoulders are down. Go ahead and take an inhale, hands float up to the top through center. And on exhale, hands come down and rotate left. Nice wide collarbone. And we take an inhale to return to center. And we exhale down, and I thank you for joining me today. Happy New Year, happy 2022, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.